People think quitting smoking only improves your lungs. They're wrong. It actually changes your whole identity. It rewires your brain, it rewires your whole body even. And this video is a 6 months update since I quit cold turkey. I used to smoke 30 cigarettes per day for over 12 years. This video is not a theory or what's just possible, but it's my lived experience and the truth that nobody talks about, like how you change from inside. Let's get right into it. Here is the situation that I was in. I used to run on 4 to 6 hours of sleep only. In the mornings, I would crawl out of bed all the time. This feeling, I can't get up. I'm barely able to go to the bathroom, do my thing, and then the coffee is ready, and the whole morning thing is just dragging myself to sit with the coffee and a cigarette. And if, God forbid, for any reason, I couldn't smoke and then go to my work, then the whole day is bad and the whole day is ruined because my ritual didn't start as usual. Regardless of how much good that could happen in that day. And it happened to me. I still remember. I went one day without smoking, without doing anything, and I felt bad the whole day, despite the fact that I worked in translation. And so I got a tip, like a huge tip I don't usually get. And still, it was not even worth it. Like, I was waiting for the client to go away so I can have my cigarette in peace. Because I always feel tired. I'm always tired if I don't have my morning smoke. And not only in the morning, but also at night. I cannot sleep properly before smoke. I need to smoke and then go to sleep. I don't know the science behind it, but that's how my body worked. I smoke one and then I go to bed. I even sometimes when I am in bed and I can't sleep, I get up, I smoke and then come back to bed. So what changed? The nicotine fuels this feeling that you are able to do this intense like 4 hours sleep and then go to work all day. That you cannot do anymore. I sleep way deeper. Like if I don't get, like I usually get 7 or 8 hours of sleep. No matter the urgency, nothing is more urgent than my body recovering. But I wake up, I drink coffee just if I want to drink coffee. If I don't want to drink coffee and just get to breakfast, I just get breakfast. If I want to go and run, I just go and run. It doesn't matter. There is no lock that says you need to do this first in order to start the day. No, I actually start the day. There is no cigarette between me waking up and doing the thing I want to do in the morning. I just get up and do it. And if I don't have specific thing to do, I just come up with something. It doesn't have to be repeat the morning routine where I smoke consecutively like 4 or 5 cigarettes. No, I just go do something else. I go for a walk if I want to. And I am an asthma patient, meaning there is the thing that happens in the lungs where they get inflamed for no particular reason. Smoking just increased that over time. So I was hitting heavy doses of a heavy medicine called the Extra Air 400 under doctor's prescription. Usually it's prescribed 2 times a day, but when I was smoking, in my last days of smoking, I used to hit 3, even 4 doses per day, which was a lot. Like I was barely breathing. My lungs were barely working through the asthma. And because of the asthma, the oxygen levels in the body are low, which means I have way higher anxiety than usual, and my stress levels are high as well. And so I was anxious all the time and worried about stuff I shouldn't be worried about at all. But today, usage dropped kind of automatically from 3 to 4 doses per day to just 1 dose, and even I don't have doses at all. I sometimes have this light Ventolin under doctor's prescription, of course. I can just cut them off completely. I sometimes go to my runs without inhaling at all. Nothing happens. Instead of just barely waking up to get the medicine, then to get the cigarette. That's how toxic my relationship with smoking was. I get medicine to smoke. Also taste. You know, flavors when you smoke are extremely different from when you don't. For example, coffee. I wouldn't have a normal filtered coffee or Americano. It's just too light for me. I will either get like a triple espresso shot this thick or some like thick Turkish coffee or whatever. Something thick, and it has to be sweet and it has to be dense with taste, and the food, the same thing. The amount of spices I used to put in every food made the food Like there is strong taste, but way stronger than usual. I'm the only one who would like it this dense in taste. Like the bechamel sauce, for example, I would make it way too thick. That's how I used to enjoy it. And also, same thing, and the same thing for cola, for example. I wouldn't have the zero. I would always have the sugary one because it tastes better, quote unquote. It doesn't taste better. Actually, the zero tastes better. But because I used to smoke, because smoking kills the sensitivity in your tongue, and because of that, my whole diet was bad, and vegetables were basically lame, untasty food. I wouldn't have a carrot or enjoy an apple because it's light in taste. But today, I can have a filter coffee, normal filter coffee, light coffee. I don't care really. It's just a little bit of taste. A single espresso can like spark my brain instead of me just having like a thick triple shot that never ends. And real food tastes like food. I can enjoy some cumin on chicken, for example. I can enjoy some like small spices. I don't have to like put tons of spices to enjoy the food. Before I quit smoking, broccoli just it tastes lame. Same thing with the mushrooms. Now they are my favorite food. Like I use broccoli and mushroom in every plate I make. Fitness and running capacity. Now, I used to be a gymnast as well. Now I am a gymnast myself, believe it or not. I know it doesn't look like it, but I promise you I am. And I can also screenshot my Strava. I run consistently 2 times a week. The first, and I always loved running. So getting my first 5 kilometers, like consecutively in single run, would usually in a gym would take me 2 to 3 months to achieve. Since the starting of cardio, it would take me 2 to 3 months to achieve. I would always run out of breath. First thing that happens that I run out of breath. Coughing all the time while runs, it was normal. I used to cough all the time. And you know, I'm a smoker, that's why my lungs are cleaning themselves while running. That's what I used to say to myself and other smoker friends who used to do workouts with me. But after I quit, in the third week, I started to do runs in the park. And the difference was significant from day one. And when I reached week 2 and week 3 of starting running, I achieved the same 5 kilometers that I used to struggle for months to get. It was never my muscles. It was always my breath. Always my lungs were the bottleneck of, they were in the way of me getting into the 5 kilometers that I always wanted to achieve. And I rarely cough. I only cough when I'm really sick. Like there is a clear sign something is going on. Like I mentioned in the beginning, people always talk about lungs, smell, the things that they see. But the emptiness that occurs, it's not chemical, it's identity. You lose a little ritual, right? That gets in the way of everything because you need to do it first and then do everything else, right? That emptiness feels wrong. Check the video that I talk about the week by week map, where I show you what happened in the first 4 weeks. So that's particularly in week 3. And that's why people relapse there. They try to fill it with smoking again. That's where they just want, and let's do it with friends, and let's buy a pack and then throw the rest lies take place. And if that doesn't happen, they go for replacement addiction. They go for sugar, for more caffeine, for scrolling, for something to numb, to fill the void, the emptiness that occurred. But when you set up your boundaries properly, the whole becomes a space. Instead of being empty from inside and you want to fill it, it becomes a space for you to think and actually do something that you want to do. Instead of just deciding to randomly fill it with anything, I decided to go all in on content and also do my runs consistently. I done at least 2 runs a week consistently. Long runs, short runs, what matters is I show up every time. The whole became space, and the space became choices, and choices became self-respect. And that's why it matters, and that's why it's a good thing that it happens. And the emptiness persists not only in week 3, it goes on for a really long time. And the good and bad part about it is that not everybody comes with you on your journey. My wife still smokes, my ex-wife, I should say. And this changed us. Every habit has a mirror. Like, you see your patterns, your wounds, and your priorities in the other smokers when they smoke. You start to see the traps clearly. You start to see the lies. You see through them like right away. And actually, before my final quit 6 months ago, I quit 1 month before that. But I was being pushed to smoke, and she was being pushed to quit because of financials, and we have some problems and all that. Our directions split. Like, she was pushed to smoke to cope with her life, and I was being pushed to not smoke. And so this separation was inevitable. Like, when we used to sit together and watch Netflix and all that, it was our shared silence, like a truce. And so quitting didn't just clean my lungs or made me think more clearly about my habits, but also it cleared the fog around my relationships, even with friends. And since I quit smoking, like, these red flags that you feel, but then don't act on. When you quit smoking, they become like very easy to recognize, and you act more viciously and immediately. You don't just wait and hide around the bush. You face them just like you face your cravings. And by the way, if you need help with getting through the cravings, binge watch my playlist about quitting smoking. And if you want a helping hand, get my coaching, link in the description. You can do this alone, but it's unnecessary. Get the helping hand to get you through so you can live your life properly. Now back to the video. And because you get clarity, you get with it honesty. And honesty doesn't always save the relationship. Sometimes it exposes the relationship. And that's the price of healing. And that's one of the cruelest truths that you need to deal with. Not everybody comes along, including your parents, including your siblings, your friends, your wife, even your kids. If you are way older, and your kids smoke, that's a you versus you journey. It was all along, and it will forever be. Now, what did I learn in these 6 months? What I learned was, despite every good and bad that happened, it's always a good idea to quit smoking. Nicotine steals tomorrow and sells it back to you as a relief. You're always, just one smoke to cope through work, or just one smoke to do this, and I will do this after I smoke. Nicotine is off your life forever. Sleep gets deep. Like, you wake up, you actually sleep and actually wake up. Your lungs are open, inflammation drops, anxiety stops hijacking your day, your focus stops wobbling. Now, of course, it will be wobbly at first, like in the first 2 to 3 months. That's normal because you are still adjusting your new identity. But over time, it becomes easier to focus instead of the chemical tunnel vision that you get when you smoke. Your goals stop being coped through and start being built through. You don't imagine them, or one day you actually go and do them because you already established what you do in the morning, what you want to be, and what you want to be has goals. And you start take action toward them, like way better firm action. And if you're anything like me, you are clumsy at executing, good. It becomes easier over time. Wins stack because breath and sleep finally support your habits, because the better you sleep, the higher oxygen levels you have in your body, the more relaxed, the more focused, and the more like your ability to make good decisions improves a lot. And the most important thing, self-respect. Self-respect, it's a quiet feeling, but it is damn solid. Like, no one can take it away from you. No one can give you this look. Will you fail this time at quitting smoke? No one. They will actually move their eyes away from you because they know they cannot do what you can. You might disagree. You might say, well, I am better off as a smoker if I do such and such, and I don't want to anger people around me, and I want to keep the peace. All that lies All this bullshit that I used to say to myself too. I wanted to answer this honestly. Why is quitting right now a bad idea? You will see the answer for yourself. I want you to make a list of the good things that happen when you keep smoking. I'm not talking about relief or coping. Okay, I'm talking about long-term sustainable benefits, actual tangible benefits that come from smoking. I even tried it when I was a heavy smoker and I couldn't find a proper answer. Can you? Let's find out in the comments. I know you can't, because there is no way smoking is beneficial in any way, shape, or form. And I know this for a fact because I wanted to quit smoking since year 1. And it took me 12 years to do so. That was my 6 months smoke-free update. I hope you find it useful. And if you're serious about quitting smoking and vaping and all the shit that the system sells you, you're welcome to visit my coaching and give it a shot. At least you have someone who understands you. From experience, not from a pedestal. In the next video, I will be talking about how smoking is the opposite of self-respect. I will see you in the next video. I will leave you with peace. Stay healthy and take care.